All right, say no more YouTube. This is 90 Spiral. All right. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe upon our copyright. All right. Under Title 17 USC Section 107. Now let's cook. Give me 1 second, 1 second. Y'all come on in the room. Come on in the room now. Go and get your coffee ready. Plug the laptop up right quick. I see one of my devices. Done got attacked. Took out one of my laptops, y'all. That's why I got to back up. Because you never can tell with the hijack, right? Especially when you're pushing the type of information that we push, man. And look here, man. Shout out to Captain Kirk, man. Hey, we in the same boat, partner. And so they're my new partner now, Captain Kirk. Man, look here, man. Y'all go. I've been digging on Captain Kirk information for a long time. He's got a great channel digging on these old world structures. And he takes you, around the world. I consider, Captain Kirk something like John Levi. You got pioneers in this thing, right? That's been doing this long time. So appreciate you, Captain Kirk, for the good footage, man. And yeah, man, they don't like my channel either. One of my somebody just subscribed to me the other day. They was like, yo, look, I can tell that YouTube does not put your channel in the algorithm because it's brutally honest. And that's how you got to be, man. If you love truth, you're going to have to be brutally honest, right? And so that we is. So shout out to Captain Kirk. Y'all subscribe. I always tell people if anybody need a link from me, I'm one to drop links. You know what I'm saying? I don't hide the info. We all in the same boat, especially if you got a channel like me and Captain Kirk. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to monetize you, period. And so they give me free range to be brutally honest because I don't have no expectation. I just gotta, stay within their guidelines. But if I want to tell somebody, fuck you, yeah, I can say fuck you. I want to say, go to hell, go to hell. Go to hell, heathen. You know what I'm saying? I can say that. You feel me? They try to get me from time to time. That's why I go through the whole fair use thing at the beginning. What I said when I won that copyright strike, because the copyright strike didn't make no sense. But all I said is that I'm exercising my First Amendment, right? Freedom of speech and free press. And people, we need y'all to understand that you are the free press. So dig on the info, man. and start putting it out there like me and my homie Captain Kurt. But nonetheless, man, we're just going to cook for a little bit, man, before I get up and go in to work. And we're digging on an exposition / cover-up. Code word, cover-up, right? In my backyard of the state of Georgia. These expositions in the South seem to be rather unique because they dealt with cotton, right? Now, it's not much out there about it, you know what I'm saying, about the whole thing. It's not too much visuals I can give you, but I'm going to do the best that I can. But here is a part of it, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think it's any, like, actual photos of this thing right here. But as you can see, man, look, it's amazing, man. Just the layout, the landscape, right? But these expositions in the South are dealing mainly with cotton, and I wonder why. Again, I just started digging on this one. It seems to be a lot of them. I'm aware of one in Mississippi and New Orleans also that were specific cotton expositions. What's going on with the cotton? All right. We're going to get into it. Let's go. Let's cook. All right. Now here's an actual photo. Again, these things are massive. The ones down south were made kind of different from the ones up north, right? Talking Chicago, you know, St. Louis, you know, these were more of I guess you can say a southern style. As you can see the gazebo here, right? It seemed like they were more airy, right? You know what I'm saying? They were more open, if you will. But nonetheless, you can still see the magnificence. I mean, the buildings were just massive, right? These expositions in the South also seem to be laid out flat, and mainly, like I said, dealing with cotton and agriculture. Were these some type of manufacturing centers, right? Old world manufacturing centers. I could definitely see that. But indeed, very nice, man. And they were, you know what I'm saying, refurbished. And I definitely think that these buildings, you know, they had to do something with them, right? They couldn't just leave them be. They had to figure out something to do. Let's turn it into this big expo to showcase our new civilization or way of life. You see what I'm saying? Because you had different sections within these massive centers that were showcasing different states, right? This is how you grow food in Kansas. This is how you grow food in Ohio. This is how you grow food in New Orleans, Georgia, Mississippi, Missouri, right? Moving along. Again, the same view, different photo, or different shot rather. But you see some remnants of these buildings being raised off the ground for some reason or sitting up high. Um, we just have questions, right? What's going on with the Antiquitech, the antennas? Again, these buildings always seem to be fitted with their own electricity distributors, right? Or generators. Clearly, these things were fitted with generators or big machinery that was pushing wattage, right? And not saying that, that was the main situation. Again, we do know about the free energy back then, right? They definitely were tapping into the ether. It is all around us, right? It is running through our body. All right, you are an electrical being, right? All right. All right, y'all, here we go. 1881, Cotton Exposition. All right, so these were massive, like complexes laid out. Again, you look at something like this right here, right? And you look at the dome structure, and clearly this thing is sitting in the mud. You can see these three windows right here at the bottom. I mean, but this is something straight out of, Rome, if you will. I mean, these were just complexes, man, and they had to do something with them. They had to do something with them. They had to rush, and you got to keep in mind, right? I was just talking to the Aqua last night. You know what I'm saying about what happened in 1812, right? We know that we have Tecumseh's comet or Napoleon's comet, and we all know what comets are: dragons, right? Angels of destruction. All right. You had a major earthquake that come behind that, right? And I'm talking about from South America all the way up to North America, popping off at the same time. You got reports of fireballs in the sky, lightning shooting up out of the ground, Mississippi running backwards, uh, hills being made valleys, just like the same talk that you get in scripture, right? How the Most High do his thing. Same thing happened, 1812. All right? And you had another catastrophe after that. Now, I'm not sure what year that was, but it was definitely after 1812. Nice. And so they're not only hiding history, but they're hiding catastrophes. It makes sense, you know what I'm saying? They would have to hide the Most High's work, right? Very interesting, man. These statues right here. 1, 2, 3. Well manicured. It's nice right there. All right. Huh? Now, whose damn crib is this in Atlanta, Georgia? Very nice, very nice. And so you see, man, these expositions seem to be all over North America. I mean, this look like it can be something out of Washington, D.C., right? And so y'all see what's going on here. They had to cover up the architecture. We did it. Very nice. A 2-story circle building right off the lake. What's going on back up in here? You see that? Got a little bridge. Look at that, man. Very nice things going on in my state of Georgia. Very nice. All right. All right, man. We're just going to see what we see, man. Now, I can't blow this up, but it says interior of electricity building. Cotton States International Exposition, Atlanta. All right, we're getting some different dates. But clearly, it won't let me blow that thing up, man. But clearly, man, you see these expositions are fitted inside these buildings with what seems to be electrical, I would say generators of some sort. But clearly, here's a picture, man, that says here, right? Interior of electricity building. Interior of electricity building. Cotton States International Exposition, Atlanta. So, one begs to ask the question, what is going on here, man? All right. That was a weak link, but hey. All right, man, we're just going to see what we see. Now, when I'm going through these links, I'm not too much digging on the information because we know the information is false. But more so to examine these old world structures, right? First, Kimball House Hotel. Old State Capitol, Marietta Street. I know what that's at. U.S. Customs House. And you see, they just slapping names. They slapping names on these motherfuckers. U.S. Customs House. Nah, nigga, that was somebody's actual crib it looked like, nigga. That was some nigga's crib, nigga. I don't know what you talking about. Markham House Hotel. Look, they just came over here and just started slapping names on shit, right? Main building, International Cotton Exposition. All right. So that might be that building that's made like an X, right? We're just looking at some old world structures in Atlanta, Georgia. My home state. All right. And now I found this to be interesting, man. Very interesting link here. former slaves went on strike in 1881, weeks before a World's Fair in Atlanta. And we want to know why. Because these weren't no damn slaves right here. Do they look like slaves? Nope. I see some white people in there too. And so you can kill the slave narrative, but I just thought this link was interesting because it was weeks before the 1881 World Fair Exposition, right? Code word for cover-up. Okay, this is a Naga neighborhood, black neighborhood in Atlanta, 1890. All right, so you see the curses of Deuteronomy 28. All right, we've been reduced, right? I will send a nation against you from afar, whose language you do not understand. All right, now there are some mysterious ties, right, with Booker T. Washington. All right, so we're going to get into it. All right, here's another interesting link. Quilts at the 1885. Okay, well, this 1885. All right, so you had them all over, right? Very nice. Now, I cannot blow this picture up, but as you can see, the dome structure with the statue on top, and this is at the 1895. So you had an 1895, right? You had them in Cincinnati, Mississippi, New Orleans. I mean, so they were more prevalent than what you think, man. Again, because these new people that came over here, right, they had to teach them. They had to learn them. They had to learn them fast. Whatever happened during the so-called Civil War, all right, in the mid-1800s, because we doubt it was a war. No, I think now I'm starting to think that the Civil War was a cover-up for all this destruction and these fires that took place, starting in the 1800s, going all the way up into the 1900s. They had to cover up that destruction, the Most High's work. And how you do that? You create a war and fake like you fighting. There's no in hell you can fight each other and you right up on top of each other. War does not happen like that. I'm trying to tell you. Put two people in a small ass room, 4x4, together, and see what happens. Both of them gonna die because they right on top of each other. You cannot war sitting right up on top of each other. It's a fact. All right, here you have the Negro building, right? The Negro building. All right, you got some Nagas. All right, so this just screams Edomites, 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 all over it. And so who exactly was Booker T. Washington, huh? All right, put the camera on his ass now. You know, 9 Spiral like to put the camera on him. Look at him. This nigga look like an Edomite. Look at him. Look at him. Straight hijack. Now, how does Mr. Booker T. Washington ties into the 1881 a cotton exposition. Well, he actually spoke at it. What did you say, Mr. Washington?
Mr. President and gentlemen of the Board of Directors and citizens, 1/3 of the population of the South is the Negro race. No enterprise seeking the material, civil, or moral welfare of this section can disregard this element of our population and reach the highest success. I but convey to you, Mr. President, directors, the sentiment of the masses of my race when I say that in no way have the value and manhood of the American Negro been more fittingly and generously recognized than by the managers of this magnificent exposition at every stage of its process. It is a recognition that will do more to cement the friendship of the two races than any occurrence.
That's what they've always done, right? Come on, where my music at? That's what they've always done, is put these Edomites in front of you to lead and guide you. Man, look here, man. My folks is from Belma, man. I'm talking about Selma, Birmingham, Bessemer, Huntsville. All right? They did not have a problem with segregation. They said that they were fine, all right, living across the railroad tracks, all right, from the white people. Because guess what? White people had their shit, we had our shit. Matter of fact, the white people used to come over and get soul food and barter. Both parties knew their place, man. And so now you get these Edomites, right? The Jesse Jackson and the Al Sharptons of the days, right? This is the same shit, same lineage we're looking at right here. Trying to tie the two together, right? They wanted to amalgamate you, right? Integrate you into their way. Can't you see that? That this is the curses of Deuteronomy 28? These motherfuckers is dangerous, man. These are the hidden ones. Psalms 83, Confederacy. Look at them. What else you say?
Since the dawn of our freedom. Not only this, but the opportunity here afforded will awaken among us a new era of industrial progress. Ignorant and inexperienced, it is not strange that in the first years of our new life we began at the top instead of the bottom. And a seat in Congress or the state legislature was sought more than real estate or industrial skill. That the political convention or the stump speaking had more traction than starting a dairy farm or truck garden. A lost ship at sea for many days suddenly sighted a friendly vessel. From the mast of unfortunate vessel has seen a signal. Water, water, we die of thirst. The answer from the friendly vessel at once came back. Cast down your bucket where you...
And so, I don't want to hear no more of the dumb shit. This nigga's a hijack. Just like W.E.B. Du Bois, these uppity Negroes, right? They would have you to believe that these motherfuckers came from meager beginnings. Actually, these niggas might be royalty, right? These niggas is Edomites and Moabites misguiding copper-colored people. And that's their only job. This is why the Most High puts them here. That is why he put them here, right? This is why he specifically names Moab and Edom. These motherfuckers right here. Yep, this shit's starting to come together now. Yep. All right, watch this. It don't take much. Booker T. Washington, right? November 14th. I was born 15th. all right? Check it out now. Was an American educator, right? They're always educators, these Edomites. Author, right? Orator, right? Check this out. And advisor to several presidents of the United States. How in the hell you're not royalty and advise several presidents of the United States? You see that? These niggas is hiding in plain sight. Somebody's playing possum. All right, my bad. That was my little niece. All right. Back on the investigation. Oh, Washington was the dominant leader in the African American community and of the contemporary black elite. You see that? Shalaki. Black elites. Okay. Washington was from the last generation of black American leaders born into slavery. That is a dumbass lie. We see only indentured servants. They hired you to till your own soil because they did not know how to. That is very clear. They were newly oppressed in the South by disenfranchisement and the Jim Crow discriminatory laws enacted in the post-Reconstruction Southern states. Okay, so after all this destruction, in which the so-called Civil War happened, cold word cover-up, Civil War, cold word cover-up. Here come these Nagas, the black elite, all right, to misguide you. At the same time, you got white people within these Jim Crow laws running you off your land. This bitch nigga right here. Look at her. The Most High is gonna deal with you, Mr. Washington. I promise you that. I guarantee it. All right, let's cook, man. I'm rocking with Wanagi. Shout out to Wanagi, man. Y'all subscribe to him on YouTube. Great channel, no doubt. All right, let's get it. Let's get the drop.
And the irony of it all is that at the same time, the nation failed to do anything for the black man. Through an act of Congress. It was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest.
Is that right?
Which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did it give the land, it built land colleges to teach them how to farm.
What? Say that again.
Through an act of Congress. It was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe. With an economic floor. But not only did it give the land.
What else? Come on.
It built land colleges, teach them how to farm.
All right, Con, we're rocking. Let me cook with my partner, Nick Pinson, man. Y'all need to subscribe to Nick Pinson. He does great work. He's also from Georgia, man. I've been digging on his work for a long time now, right? Now, he's going to go through the timeline, right, of Georgia. Now, we see 1818, right? Creek lands and Cherokee lands, right? Again, they were trying to push westward, but they met resistance from your ancestors, copper-colored Nagas. All right? That's the hidden narrative, whether anybody outside of our community wants to believe it or not. That is just simply what is going on. All right? Let's rock, Nick.
Then we're going to go to the next one. Notice this 1819, then shit changed. They just tried to add in a couple of more borders. Then they came up in here in 1821. Now, this is where they reached my county. But the thing about it is I actually found them in 1840. I found my family on the first censuses that they had because they didn't have these censuses made by then. Like I told y'all now, these was a little bit behind. So it really around 1830 is when I actually found that they got to my people. But they didn't get that until that time, man. You know, it was around 1830. See, that's the 10-year gap that they trying to put in because it plays up and it messes up the history. Like if you go and look at their documentation, was Andrew Jackson was basically making treaties with these fake $5 Indians. He was out there. All of that stuff happened in 29 and 30 and 32. So basically, they want you to think that it happened 10 years prior and that they already had this land. So when you go back and look at the paperwork, you're going to be like, oh, man, they already had that land. But they didn't. That's the thing about it. All right, now 1821. Now we see that they just basically started filling them in, sectioning them off a little bit. That's 22. 23, they just basically...
Now, mind you now, keep in mind, this International Cotton Exposition was in 1881. All right, so you see where I'm going with it? They barely conquered Georgia in the 1800s. So how you find time to conquer land and build magnificent structures? Huh? Let's go.
Start doing the same thing, man. Now, most of these things are not hard dates. They shouldn't be in there as if they are, because when I actually went in and did a couple of the cities, my girlfriend is from the South, and she did some of hers, and we found the same information. It was about a 10-year gap in the actual time frame, you know. Excuse me. But it's 1825. Now, it's 1825 now. I'm taking time and pause out real fast. You see, Cherokee lands, Creek lands are still here. Now, everything to the left of that is still Cherokee and Creek lands all the way on out to the Mississippi, man, you know, and different indigenous tribes. But the thing is that they want to try to teach it to y'all like all of this had already been conquered. Now, you can clearly see this 1825, and they still got lands in Georgia that have not been conquered. So what does that mean for all of y'all people that's on the east, on the west of the Mississippi? How does that apply to y'all? How would it apply to y'all? You know? Then we go on some more, and then they took Carroll, Coweta, Lee, Muskegee, Troop from the Creeks. You know, and I actually found out that my family, I'm part Cherokee, and my dad's family is Cherokee, and my mother's family is Creek. They come from LaGrange. And we actually found, like, I did a lot of census on them, and I found a lot of information. And my folks have tracked them back to 1798. But as you can just see, and that would be down in this area right in here. My mouth's messing up, man. But down in that area, right around in here, this is where my mom's family would have been coming from. Go back real quick just so y'all can see. You notice right there, Vim, 1825, you know.
All right. My folks will be up in that area right there. All right. I just wanted to point that out. That's all. We're cooking with Nick Pinson. Let's go.
They didn't even have it. Let's go all the way back a little bit further. You know, 1819, they definitely didn't have it. You know, but we tracked ourselves through, we tracked ourselves all the way back to the 1700s. You know, let's get back on over here. 1825, then we got 1826 where they started sectioning off a lot of stuff, and the only thing that's left is the Cherokee lands up at the top. And you got 1827 where they started sectioning it off a little bit more, dividing stuff up. They divided more up, and then they went out into the rest of the Cherokee land that was remaining, and basically said that, hey, that's ours too. Then they basically sectioned some more stuff off. Then they basically took it to Creek County. They called it Cherokee County at that point in time. And then they basically sectioned it all up, added a couple more borders, added a few more borders, added a few more, sectioned off a couple more. Then they sectioned them off a little more, dissected. But now you see 1851, and they actually starting to do all of this stuff. These counties are becoming counties, and cities are becoming cities. And
all right, so you see what we're saying, right? You see what we're saying? 1851, right? Now you got the Civil War popping off, but you just conquered Georgia. How did you find time to build the 1881 Cotton Exposition? All right? It's too much going on here. It's very clear.
that's why I think it's important for y'all to know that, man. These folks have been lying to y'all since y'all was kids, Just like my family told me, man. Like my dad told me. He told me the best. He said, you know what, Nick? All that they ever did was they would come in and they would build stuff over here onto your land that they didn't ask for. And then you would just be like, okay, whatever, And then after a while, they'd be like, hey, you didn't pay taxes on it. And we'd be like, what the hell is you talking about? Well, we built it for you, so you got to pay taxes on it. And our people be like, well, shit, we didn't tell you to build it. And they'd be like, well, since you didn't, you can't pay the taxes, we'll just take this and the land that it sits on. So that's basically what they did. It's called encroachment, man. They encroached on our people, and our people was broken down, and we was not communicating well at the time.
All right, curses of Deuteronomy 28. And so you see that? And so when he say build something, right, they would put up like a church or something like that, all right, because they was bringing the Christianity. And they would say, well, look, man, we built this church. Well, we ain't asked you to build it. Oh, well, we'll just take the land. This is what Jim Crow was about. Now, he's speaking in terms of the Jim Crow area because we understand that a lot of us was simply ran off our land with shotguns and niggas with white masks and shit with holes in them, pillowcases for masks. You see what I'm saying? It's very evident, man. I appreciate you, Nick. All right. What kind of manufacturing centers was these? I'm starting to think cotton manufacturing centers. All right. This would be centers or distribution type shit. This is high-tech shit, which also goes against the slave narrative, right? You had whole cotton machines, and this is what these cotton exposition was about because you had several of them. Like I said, I'm just finding out you got one in Mississippi, Cincinnati, New Orleans, Georgia. I might have seen Tennessee if I'm not mistaken. And so one has to beg to ask the question. Who built these centers, right? These complexes, these agriculture centers, and what were they really used for, right? This is in front of one of the main buildings at the 1881 Cotton Exposition in Atlanta. All right? All right. All right. Very unique, man. You got these statues popping off to the right. These tall. Oh, so y'all built these tall ass statues too? Right here? All right. What's going on in Atlanta? 1881. And why cotton? Why all these cotton expositions? Because in my mind, they play big. Right? because you got to wear clothes. But we had the technology, right? The technology was already here. I mean, this is high-tech, some high-tech shit, for the time back then. And, they just destroyed these buildings. We don't know what happened to them. All right, now this is inside one of them. This picture was very small, but, if you can make out something, but it's just nice to see inside, right? Again, they had a whole building at this 1881 Cotton Exposition called the Negro Building. The Negro Building. Okay. All right. All right. Now we're looking at some Confederate money, right? And what do you see? And this is in Macon, Georgia, the state of Georgia, a city of Macon. All right. I see people employed, right? We see indentured servants. No slavery. No one should ever be holding on to that narrative. At this point in time, in 2022, if you still think that you was a slave and you copper color, man, go on, jump off the bridge. I'm just being serious. I'm being real now. Let's go. Whoa, now. You see what I'm saying? Yep. Very nice. Very nice. All right, let's rock. Whoa. Go back now. A working cotton mill, huh? All right. We all know Eli Whitney didn't come up with shit. He didn't invent shit, all right? Come on now. There you go. Hijack. Eat a mic. Look at him. Mm-hmm. All right. So y'all see what's going on here. Exposition, code word, cover up. All right. Exposition, code word, cover up. Hey man, look here, man. I did the best I could with this one, man. I know I was all over the place. But hey, there you go. Nine Spiral, signing out.